Have you ever wondered what would happen if the moon suddenly disappeared? It's easy to take the moon for granted. It's just up there in the sky every night, right? But what if it vanished without a trace? The consequences would be far more dramatic than you might think. First, let's talk about the tides. The moon's gravitational pull is the main reason we have tides on Earth. Without it, the tides would shrink dramatically. Sure, the sun also influences the tides, but it only accounts for about 30% of their strength. Coastal ecosystems, which rely on the regular ebb and flow of the tides, would collapse. Marine life, like crabs, sea turtles, and certain fish species, depend on the tides for breeding and feeding. Without them, entire food chains would be disrupted. But the tides aren't the only thing that would change. The moon also stabilizes the Earth's axial tilt. Right now, the Earth is tilted at about 23.5 degrees, which gives us our seasons. Without the moon's gravitational influence, that tilt could swing wildly between 10 and 45 degrees. Imagine a world where one year you have mild weather, and the next you're facing extreme winters and scorching summers. Such unpredictable weather patterns would make it incredibly difficult for humans, animals, and plants to adapt. Now, let's consider the effect on day and night. The moon reflects sunlight, which gives us moonlight at night. Without it, our nights would be much darker. Cities would need more artificial light, and rural areas would be plunged into total darkness. This might not sound like a big deal, but for animals that rely on moonlight for navigation and hunting, it would be disastrous. For example, certain birds use the moon to guide their migrations. Without it, they could become lost or disoriented. The disappearance of the moon would also impact human culture and traditions. Think about how many stories, myths, and songs are inspired by the moon. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the moon and found meaning in its phases. Entire calendars have been based on the lunar cycle. The loss of the moon would leave a cultural void that no other celestial body could fill. There's one more major consequence: the Earth's rotation. Right now, the moon's gravitational pull slows down the Earth's spin over time. Without the moon, the Earth would spin faster. This means our days would get shorter, possibly lasting only 6 to 12 hours. Imagine having to cram all of your daily activities into a much shorter period of time. Humans and other life forms would need to adapt to this faster rhythm, which could cause biological and psychological stress. And let's not forget about the moon's role in space exploration. The moon has been humanity's stepping stone to the cosmos. It's the only celestial body where humans have set foot. Without it, we'd lose an important part of our journey to explore space. So, what if the moon disappeared? The consequences would ripple across the planet, from the oceans to the skies, from nature to culture. It's a reminder that even something as distant and seemingly unchanging as the moon plays a critical role in maintaining balance on Earth. Curious for more mind-blowing questions? Hit that subscribe button and join us on 3 Minute Curiosity.